After the avalanche of calls, the letters, the what can I do's have slowed. The tsunami of grief has weakened, but there are still waves powerful enough to knock you over. You're struggling to find your new normal, and people may not know what to say to you. They may even avoid you. Your presence reminds them that normal life doesn't always continue the same way indefinitely. This was a hard thing for me to understand, and at first I was stunned and hurt. Our friend Dan cried every time he saw me or talked to me on the phone. Other people did too, but for Dan it cut deeper, and seeing me reminded him of his own terrible grief. One cold winter day, I was in town, and I see Dan see me, look down, then cross the street, pretending he didn't. I feel rejected. When people see me in the post office, at the stores in our town, on the train going to and from work, they don't see me as Debbie. I feel like they see me as the woman who carries grief with her and might pass it on to them like a disease. Remember that others walk the walk of grief in their own way too. Sometimes this means avoiding the pain and crossing the street. We walk with a huge hole in our lives, and we're not walking alone. We walk with all the others who are grieving too: widows, children, parents, friends, and siblings. It's hard to face our own mortality and the fact we will all lose people we love. It's hard to look at someone who's going through what may be our worst nightmare. Eventually, I began to understand and could feel compassion. I felt sorrow for the sadness of others and sorrow for a different kind of loss for me. Knowing my presence could cause discomfort, that people were withdrawing because they didn't know what to say, was a loss for me because I needed support, and it hurt. What I learned is their avoidance is not about you. It's about them. Let people have the space they need to grieve or avoid grief in their own way. If someone can't be there for you the way you need them to be, find someone who can and will.